Forest. Outdoors.
And is it day or night?
It's really dark, but it's not day. It's not night.
Okay. Are you alone or with others?
There are others, but I'm not with them.
I want you to take a moment and wrap your arms around your body. Tell me, are you a man or a woman?
Woman.
And look down at your feet. What are you wearing?
Pilgrim shoes.
And look at your clothing. What's on your body?
Black.
And how old are you? Do you think that you are older or younger than 30?
Younger than 30.
About how old?
Probably like 11.
And do you know your name?
What? Abigail.
And does Abigail know what year it is?
It's 1760.
Good. And can you tell me a city or state you feel that you're in?
Louisiana. I'm in the swamp outside New Orleans.
Good. And then what happens?
There's a group of girls, but they won't let me play with them. And they're calling me names. And there's a well. And I'm really afraid of the well. It's dark down there.
And what happens next?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what's happening next.
Okay. Well, let's just take a moment. Let's get grounded in this scene and know that we can view this scene from afar if we need to without fear. And let's take a moment and let's find out why Abigail is afraid of this well. Can you tell me why?
I'm afraid they're going to push me in the well.
Okay. And moving through this scene, let's go forward and tell me what happens next.
I don't know what happened, but I'm at the bottom. Ugh, there's rats down here.
In a moment, I will count from 1 to 3, and on 3, move forward to the next relevant event in this lifetime. 1, 2, 3. What's coming up for you now? Where are you?
I'm out of the well. There's a black cat.
And then what happens?
The girls are gone. I pick up the cat and I take her back home. I'm not dirty. I don't know how I got out of the well. I don't know how I got into the well. But when I was in the well, I looked up and the black cat was on the side. And then now I'm out and I'm going back.
Okay, let's keep going. What happens next when you get home?
It feels really primitive, like almost like Plymouth or just like a really primitive type village, but it's white people. Like it's just all white people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it feels very like we've been on a long journey, but it's a village.
Mm-hmm. And take it all in. Tell me who's around you.
It's just me and my cat.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to, in just a moment, move to the next relevant event in this lifetime. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I get to 3, you will be at the next relevant event in this lifetime where we can meet your family. 1, 2, and 3. Be there now. What's coming up for you?
I'm really afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is my end.
Mm-hmm. And how
My
old are you here?
15.
Mm-hmm. What's happening around you?
Everyone thinks I did something that I didn't do.
Just take your time and get grounded in this scene. Tell me what happens next.
They hanged me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And let's move. I want you to leave your body and watch from above and tell me, why did they hang you?
They said I was a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they accused me of being a witch.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to kill me by pushing me in the well. But I didn't die.
And tell me what events led up to this hanging.
I was just an outcast.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fit in. My parents didn't really, they were just, they were around. They just didn't care. They just didn't understand. They didn't ever feel like my real parents.
Mm-hmm. I want to move out of this scene and I want to go to another lifetime. So, can we go to the lifetime that has caused this fear of cotton? And I want you to start moving back. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. Be there now. And where are you?
In the middle of a cotton field.
And is it day or night?
Its daytime is so hot.
And are you alone or with others?
I'm alone.
I want you to wrap your arms around your body and tell me, are you a man or a woman?
A woman.
Mhm. Look down at your feet now. What are you wearing?
Nothing.
Mm.
Barefoot.
And look at your clothing. What's on your body?
A really dirty yellow dress and an apron.
Mhm. And how old are you here?
Like 35.
Mhm. And tell me what's coming up for you in this scene. Give me a report.
I'm a slave.
Mhm. Do you know what year it is in this scene?
1865.
Mhm. And where are you? Do you recognize the city or state?
It's the middle of a cotton field.
Mhm.
I'm crying. I'm bloody.
Mhm.
I'm aching. I think I've just been raped.
Mhm. Okay, what happens next?
I had a baby.
Mm.
It's
And
half white.
mhm.
They took my baby.
Mhm.
I told that I told someone, I think it was his wife, that my master raped me and that was his baby.
Mhm.
They ripped my tongue out
Mhm.
for lying. And then they put cotton in my mouth to
Mhm.
stop the bleeding.
What
Oh, it
happens
hurts
next?
my teeth.
Mhm. And let's
I
move
died in
forward.
the field.
Mhm. Okay. And now I would like to bring in higher self. And can Samantha's higher self step in and let me know when you are there?
There.
Good. And from this higher perspective, are there any karmic cycles from those lifetimes being repeated in this life?
Mm. I was bullied as a child, as an 11-year-old child.
Mhm.
Um, they called me names.
Mhm. And from this higher perspective, what lessons did you learn?
I don't think I'm done learning them yet.
Mhm. And is there anything holding you back now in this lifetime from the lessons that are cycling through still today?
I'm too afraid to speak up.
Mhm.
I'm too afraid to be who I am for fear that I'll lose my voice.
And now I want to talk about, and from a higher perspective, can you tell me these karmic ties that they have, do they stem from another lifetime?
Yep,
And who was he to
he
her?
was my child.
Mhm.
Yep, he was my child.
Mhm. And what lifetime was this?
Oh my gosh. It feels ancient.
Mhm. I want to take a minute, higher self, and I want to bring Sam back in. I want to regress her back to this life where he was her child. And so I want you to see now, visualize this past life. And Samantha, I want you to come back in and take a look at this life in 5. I want you to notice if the images you're seeing our daytime or nighttime, and 4, going back and back now to this past life, and 3, start to sense you just as you were back then, and 2, moving into this past life scene now. When I snap my fingers, you will fully be there, and 3, 2, 1, be there now. And give me your first impressions. Are you indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
Good. Is it day or night?
Day.
And are you alone or with others?
I'm with him.
Mhm. And wrap your arms around your body. Are you a man or a woman?
Woman.
And look down at your feet. And if anything, what are you wearing?
Nothing. I'm barefoot.
Mhm. And look at your clothing. What are you wearing on your body?
It's like white cloth, white draped cloth.
And how
But
old
like,
do you? Mhm.
I'm
How
probably about 20.
good. And what year does this feel like to you?
This is ancient times.
Mhm. And do you know what they call you in this lifetime?
I don't know what they call me, but I know I keep hearing Ganesha.
Mhm. And can you get a sense for where you are
I'm at home.
geographically?
Oh,
Mhm.
like India.
And what does
Yeah.
your home look like?
It's very tidy, it's clean, it's modest. It's very
Mhm.
like dirt floor, slab walls, very just clean.
Mhm. Now give me a report. What's coming up for you?
My son is super naughty,
Mhm.
high energy. There's no dad.
Mhm.
Mm, he was born from rape.
Mhm. What happens next?
I need to take a bath.
Mhm.
I tell my son not to answer the door if anyone comes.
And
Be
how old is
safe.
How old is your son?
About probably between 4 and 6 years old.
Mhm.
Old enough to be left alone for a few minutes while I take a bath.
And what do you call him in this lifetime?
I don't remember.
Mhm. What happens next in this scene?
He opens the door.
Mhm. And then what happens?
He's kidnapped.
Mhm. What happens next?
I come out. I realize he's gone.
And then what happens?
I go search for him. He's joined an army against his will. He's joined an army. His dad took him.
Mhm.
His dad was a warrior. He decided his son was a warrior. And he decided I did not need my son.
And then what happens?
My son raped me.
Mm-hmm. And how old is he when this happens?
14.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
I think I died.
Mm-hmm. And
I
I want
think
to
I
move.
died of a broken heart.
Mm-hmm. And I want to move to the death scene. Can you go to that place? In
Mhm.
just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And on 3, I want you to be at your death scene in this lifetime. And 1, 2, 3, be there now. And are you
Okay.
indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
Is it day or night?
Day.
hmm And what's happening around you?
I'm in the bathtub.
hmm And how old are you here?
It's right. It's right after my son raped me. So
hmm
I guess I would be about close to 30.
hmm And tell me what you're feeling.
Like that
hmm
that everything just causes pain. And I can't go on anymore.
hmm
Being in the bath is painful because that's where I lost him first.
hmm
So I decided I don't want to hurt anymore.
hmm And what thoughts are going through your mind?
That I'm ready for my next life.
hmm
And so I sink into the tub and I take a deep breath. And then I'm gone.
hmm And you have just physically died. And I want you to move out of your body. You will still be able to talk to me and answer my questions because you're in touch with your inner true self. Go ahead and feel your mind expanding into the highest levels of your being and look down at your body. You may perceive some brief sadness, but your spirit has been through this experience before and you are now able to return home. Float away when you are ready, leaving all physical pain and discomfort behind. And move away, and now your body is in perfect comfort. And I want to connect again to higher self. So bring in the highest state of consciousness of your mind. And when Samantha's higher self is present, please say here.
Here.
Good. And higher self, are there any karmic cycles from these 3 past lives that we're repeating today? And is there a karmic tie connecting Samantha and her?
Yes, he was my son.
Mhm. And can you help me cut this cord between the two of them and release Samantha of this emotional pain in this lifetime and moving forward?
Yes.
Good. Can we go ahead and get a golden pair of scissors? And I want you to visualize this tie that's connecting you two together and take these scissors. And as you cut this tie, let go of all connection in this lifetime and going forward. And go ahead and cut it now. Release and let go of all emotional distress, all karmic cycles, and all pain, allowing you to move forward and progress in this lifetime and every lifetime after this. Do you feel that release?
A really hard cord to cut.
Mm-hmm. So let's call in Archangel Michael.
Mhm.
And I want Archangel Michael to come in, and I want him to take his sword and use his light and sever this tie now. And go ahead and do that. One slash of his sword and the light will sever this tie and let it be severed. Good. And let me know when it's done.
It's done.
Good. And release all of the pain and release all of the karmic cycles holding you two together. It's now released, and let go. And now you can move forward in this lifetime and each lifetime after this. Good. Take a few deep breaths. Let your body settle into this newfound freedom. Good. And when higher self is ready, I have a couple more questions. Can you just say I'm here when you're ready to answer more questions for me?
I'm here.
Thank you. And higher self, now that we have released this emotional pain and we're going to move forward, it's important that Samantha be moving in the right directions in this lifetime. And can you tell me, higher self, what's going to help her most in her career moving forward? How can she streamline her business?
Writing.
Mm-hmm. What should she be writing?
I'm supposed to write my story.
Mm-hmm. And is this the story of this lifetime?
This is the story of my progression through this lifetime.
Mm-hmm. And will Samantha have a book published?
Yes. She just has to sit down and do it.
Mm-hmm. And if she sits down and does it, when can you project this book being written and published? Is there a year that comes to mind?
2027, it'll be published.
Good. And in the meantime, until this book is published, what can she do in her career now?
Take all the help she can get and quit acting like she can do it all by herself.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it all by yourself, but you don't have to, and you shouldn't.
Good. And does Samantha have a support system where she is now that she can allow others to help her?
Yes.
Good. And what can she work on with her business that will help her progress?
Writing.
Writing. Good. And is it just writing this book, or can she, or is there something else she can be writing until it's time for the book?
Writing blogs, helping her clients write blogs, helping her, helping other women write and tell their stories so they can move forward too. I need to focus on creating more opportunities within my own business for other women so that I can grow my business and allow women, other mothers, to work with me and thrive.
Thank you, higher self. And do you have any other insights for Samantha in this lifetime?
Be true to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because even if it ends badly, you get to come back and do it again.
Mm-hmm. Good. And higher self, I would like to bring in any guides that are present for Samantha today. Can you please bring them in now? And when they're present, just say, I'm here.
I'm here.
Thank you. And who are you to Samantha?
I'm the one that keeps pushing her to write her book.
And what's your name? What do they
La-
call you?
Lakshmi.
Mhm. And how do you help Samantha in this lifetime?
I push her to stand on her own 2 feet.
Mhm.
I give her hope that she will be financially secure as long as she does it while pushing other people to do the same.
Mhm. And will Samantha be financially secure and comfortable?
Yes, once she finally listens to me.
Mhm. Good. And what can she do to speed that process up? What can we do to make that happen in the year 2023 for her?
Start writing your story.
Mhm.
Just journal every
Mhm.
day. Just start writing.
Good. And until the book is here, what can she write and work on for financial success and stability before then?
She has so many ideas, and people love the way she writes.
Mhm.
She could write anything and figure out how to monetize it.
Good. And can you tell me what's holding Samantha back currently?
She has never been successful in any of her lives. She's never made it to 40.
Mhm.
She's terrified right now
Mhm.
because she's never made it to old age. She's never been able to picture herself in old age.
Mhm.
40 was a big step,
Mhm.
but it's time to start thinking about her future. It's time to start realizing this lifetime is about reaping the benefits from all the pain in the past.
And what is Samantha's life purpose in this lifetime? What is she here for?
To empower other women,
Mhm.
particularly mothers, to advocate for mothers who fear.
And what can she do in this lifetime to achieve this life purpose, to follow through with this life purpose? What actions can she take now?
Write.
Mhm. And through writing, will that allow her to help others?
Her writing will inspire others.
Mhm.
Her writing will connect her to the correct people that can invoke change.
Good. And is there anyone else present today that would like to step forward for Samantha? Please do so now. And when you are present, just say, I'm here.
I'm here.
Thank you for being here today. And who are you to Samantha?
Her Aunt Mary.
Okay, Aunt Mary. Thank you for stepping forward today. And Aunt Mary, are you alive in this lifetime or have you passed?
I've passed.
And how do you help Samantha?
I didn't.
Do you help her from the other side now?
Samantha can learn from my mistakes.
And what mistakes are those?
I was a single mother. I became very rigid against men. I saw my ex-husband thrive in his next marriage, become happy, have another child, and he seemed to dismiss my daughter. He still supported her and was there on occasion, but she never felt his love the way her half-brother did, the way it appeared. I lived my life strong and I felt I found my life happy for a moment, but then I became resentful of the life I had before. I became a martyr. And even though I had found love, I became resentful of his love and the love of everyone around me. I became complacent. And I held on to disease, hoping that people would feel sorry for me instead of living my life. I sank deeper and deeper into depression. I didn't talk to anyone. Until I became so sick that I couldn't survive it.
And what can Samantha learn from you? What can she do differently?
Do not resent the people that want to help you. Do not diminish your own value to them. Do not make them feel like you can do it better than they can. And do not make your daughters resent you because of your own pain. But let your daughters see your pain. Don't make them think that they have anything to do with it. Show them healthy ways to cope with pain and not destructive ways.
Do you have any more messages for Samantha? at this time?
You're breaking the generational curse. You, all of your family sees it. They know why you left. They know why you don't come back. They know why you chose a healthy lifestyle outside of an addictive lifestyle. They see it and they're grateful. You're giving them hope and inspiration. You may think they don't see you because you're the youngest, but they see you breaking this cycle.
Mhm. Thank you for being here today. Is there anyone else that would like to step forward for Samantha and relay any messages for her? Please do so now, and when you are here, just say, "I'm here."
I'm here.
Thank you for being here. And who are you to Samantha?
Grandmother.
Mhm. And grandmother, what is your first name?
June.
Mhm. And what messages do you have for Samantha today?
I didn't die on purpose.
Mhm. Can you tell us what happened?
You were coming to me to introduce me. You're making the journey to come see me. I told you I didn't want to meet him, but you insisted. You were so excited that you were getting married and you wanted my approval. I knew I wouldn't give you the approval. But I didn't die. So that I didn't meet. I died because it was my time.
What else would you like to say to Samantha today?
I'm afraid that if I had, that you would have seen that I didn't approve and you would have run. And you would have been right to run. But you would have never had. You would have never had. And I am so proud of the mother you've been. And I'm so proud of you doing it alone. And yes, I had support from your grandfather and the financial backing. But I am so jealous of your freedom and your ambition and your strength. And I'm so proud of the way you're raising these girls to be exactly like you.
Mhm.
And thank you for naming after me.
Mhm.
She looks just like your Aunt Kathy.
Good. And do you help Samantha since you've passed over?
I do, in tricky ways.
How can she know that it's you?
In the pendulum,
Mhm.
then I'm a fairy. I'm in her fairy garden.
Mhm.
I love gardening. I love being outside. Anytime she smells cigarette smoke for no reason, it's me.
Mhm. Do you have any more messages you would like to share with Samantha today?
Keep your garden growing. Your grandfather and I are always with you.
Thank you for being here. And now I'd like to call in Samantha's higher self one last time. Higher self, when you are present, simply say, I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay, higher self. So I want to do a body scan on Samantha. And what I want you to do is I want you to check for any entity attachments or energetic blockages in her body. Can you shine a light starting at her feet and move all the way up? And tell me, do you see any attachments or blockages in her body?
Her uterus.
And what's in the uterus?
So much trauma.
Mhm. And can we move to that blockage now?
Mhm.
And tell me, what does it look like?
Rigid.
Mhm. And can we speak to the blockage now? Can the blockage step forward and speak to me now?
Mhm.
And when you're present, just say, I'm here.
I'm here.
Mhm. And what do you call yourself?
Persephone.
Mhm. And what are you doing in Samantha's uterus?
Guarding her.
Mhm. Can you tell me when you got there? How old was she?
25.
Mhm. And what experience did she have to bring you in?
She had an IUD that punctured a fibroid.
Mhm.
And she's had endometriosis and cysts and reproductive issues.
Mhm. And what is your purpose of being there?
To guard her.
Mhm. And what are you guarding her from?
The pain that has been caused by men.
Mhm.
The pain that has been caused by men being reckless with her body, by not honoring her body and honoring the life that her body can give.
And do you see how Samantha has grown and she's
I,
learning to trust herself?
yes,
Mhm. And do you think that you can release this blockage in Samantha and allow her to move on in life, trusting herself? Do you see where you're holding Samantha back?
she has to write her story first.
Mhm. Do you know that if you release this blockage from Samantha, she will be free to write her story? Do you want Samantha to have that freedom?
Yes,
Mhm. So, what I want you to do is I want you to just gently start letting go. And we can do this together and set Samantha free because she did not give you permission to be here and she is ready to move on. Can you move on from Samantha?
Yes.
Good, thank you. Now you're going to see a light and I want you to let go. I want you to follow that light and release yourself from Samantha's body and take all of you that is left behind and let's clean it out and move towards the light. And higher self, can you let me know when this blockage has left by simply saying it's gone?
It's gone.
And higher self, I'm going to give you a broom and a dustpan, and I want you to sweep up everything that's left behind in that uterus and really sweep it up and clean it out for me. And when you're done sweeping, dump the dustpan into a box, fold it up, and let's move it away from Samantha. And when that's done, please tell me it's done.
It's done.
Good. And higher self, one more time, I want you to shine that light past the uterus and let's look at all other parts of Samantha's body. Do you see any other attachments or blockages that are holding her back?
There's a dull light or a dull spot in her heart.
And let's move into this heart and this dull spot. Does it have a name? Can we bring this dull spot forward? Can it
Mm-hmm.
speak to me directly?
Yes.
And when it's here, can you just simply say, I'm here?
I'm here.
Thank you. And what should we call you today?
I am nothing.
And what are you doing in Samantha's heart space?
Holding space.
And what are you holding space for?
I'm just waiting.
What are you waiting on? Can you tell me what you're waiting on?
I'm not sure.
Do you see how you're holding Samantha back in this lifetime by taking up space in her body?
Yes.
And when did you come into Samantha's body?
In 2018.
And what event brought you into her body?
I was her baby.
And what happened to you?
I wasn't supposed to be born.
And was that your soul contract from the start?
It was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to be anything. My mom needed to protect herself, or she was going to die.
And you offered that protection to Samantha?
I offered this space to make sure no one could hurt her this way again.
And do you see now how Samantha has protected herself?
Yes.
Do you want to go to the light and move to eternal peace?
Yes.
Let's free Samantha and allow her to progress in this lifetime by moving to the light. And you can leave her heart space knowing that she is well, and you will move into eternal peace. So take a moment and just follow that light now and say goodbye. I want you to move all the way up, up, up to the light, into eternal peace that you can call home. And higher self, when this release has been made, simply say it's done.
It's done.
Good. Just take a minute, take a couple deep breaths, and sit with this release as we say goodbye to one another, allowing us to progress in this lifetime, every lifetime after it, thanking each other for the protection given at that time. Now, higher self, let's move on. And can you tell me, are there any other blockages or entities attached to Samantha at this time?
Her crown.
And what do you see in her crown?
I hate being trapped.
Is this an entity that is attached to her?
It's an entity she's trying not to cover up.
And I would like to speak directly to this entity. So when you're here, simply say, I'm here.
I'm here.
And what should we call you?
Arabica.
And when did you attach yourself to Samantha?
Many lifetimes ago.
And what purpose do you serve?
She was supposed to be a queen.
And what happened?
She killed herself.
And why did she kill herself?
Because of the pain that her son caused her.
And what do you offer Samantha by attaching to her? What do you do for her?
I'm here to make you shine. I'm here to push you. It's why you hate headbands. It's why you hate hats. It's why you can't ever cover me up without being extremely uncomfortable. Because you're not allowed. I will not allow you to cover me up anymore. Ow.
And do you see how Samantha in this lifetime is being held back by this attachment?
No.
Do you see that Samantha needs to learn to trust herself and do these things for herself in this lifetime?
No.
Do you think Samantha would feel empowered if she were to do this on her own?
Yes.
Do you think that you can allow Samantha to empower herself?
Yes. Ow.
I want you to find the light now, and don't be scared. This is a place of eternal peace and stillness. And I want you to release yourself from her crown and let her empower herself in this lifetime and every lifetime after. And it may feel a little uncomfortable and new at first, but once you move to this light, you will feel eternal peace. And start letting go now. And let's move off of Samantha's crown. And you can be empowered too in your eternal home. So go on and release now.
Man, she's holding my hand so hard. She's pulling it.
And let's let Samantha empower herself and say goodbye and move all the way up, up, up to the light. As we release one another and higher self, when she has left, please just say, it's done.
It's done.
Good. And now I want to take a broom and a dustpan, and higher self, please sweep out the entire body from feet to crown. We need a clean slate for Samantha. And once the sweeping is done, empty the dustpan into a box, and let's fold up that box and set it aside, away from Samantha. And when that's done, just simply say, it's done.
It's done.
And rest now in the stillness and peace and empowerment. And take a few deep breaths and really ground yourself in your body in this new state of being. And as you feel this state of being, I want you to think of a color that this state of being feels like, and tell me that color now.
Blue.
Blue. And take a deep breath and visualize that color blue and feel these feelings. And anytime you would like to return to this state, I want you to visualize that color blue again and remember how this feels. Anytime you need to bring yourself back to this feeling. Big breath in, visualize the blue and feel empowerment, freedom, and peace. The color blue is empowerment and freedom and peace. And now you can just let go.